All right, Shalom, Mom. Going back to Genesis 9 and 3 because I wanted to go back over something, but I'll just start the commentary from the top again. It says, "Every moving thing which is wholesome and fit for food shall be meat for you that liveth. This may be added to exclude the use of those creatures which died of themselves or were killed by wild beasts, these which were afterward expressly forbidden to be eaten." And as we went over, it says, see Exodus 22 and 31, Leviticus 22 and 8. Okay, we went to Leviticus 22 and 8 in the first video. Okay, we're not supposed to be touching any beast, all right, that we didn't kill ourselves or that died, that died of itself. Okay, it says, it may here be forbidden implicitly. It says, hitherto man had been confined to feed only upon the products of the earth, all right, fruits, herbs, and roots, and all sorts of corn and milk. Such was the first grant, Genesis 1 and 29. But the flood, having perhaps washed away much of the virtue of the earth, and so rendered its fruits less pleasing and less nourishing, the Most High now enlarged the grant and allowed man to eat flesh, which perhaps man himself never thought of till now. It says the Jewish doctors speak so often of the 7 precepts of Noah, which they say were to be observed by all nations, that it may not be amiss to set them down here. Well, yeah, that was really the point on that. Yeah, that was the point on that. All right, so we now have a more diverse dietary pool. All right, a more dietary pool. Okay, and just to prove that, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent, we was limited to just eating fruits and herbs and roots and corn and milk. I'm gonna get this in the compact Zondervan Bible Dictionary. All right, so this is the word meals in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. All right, I'm gonna go into the word meals, and it starts on page 351. All right, and I'm only gonna read what's highlighted in the green, because this is a pretty lengthy definition. It says meals in the Bible periods varied greatly in time of eating, diet, and table customs. Generally, 2 meals were served daily, although 3 were not uncommon. All right, because in America, and it's nothing wrong to eat 3 meals a day, at whatever time. All right, but it says generally 2 meals were served daily, although 3 were not uncommon. The time of these meals was not set like ours today. All right, so basically, you ate whenever you were hungry. Okay, you ate whenever you were hungry. All right. It says the first meal of the day could be served at any time from early morning until noon. The rank and occupation of a person caused the time of the noon meal to vary. It came after the work of the morning it was completed, or when the noonday heat made work too difficult. Yeah, again, you ate when you was hungry, because when it's hot. Well, I'll speak for myself, but I think this is just a general thing. When it's hot, what you get famished faster. Okay, you get hungry faster, especially if you're doing like hard labor, if you spend your time running around and things of that nature. All right, you get hungry faster. So you tend to eat more because your body is absorbing the nutrients at a rapid pace. Okay, so we're gonna jump down to this right here. It says the food of the Orientals, and the word Oriental, I'll select it. The word Oriental just means from the East. Okay, anybody living in the East. It says the food of the Orientals generally may be classified into 3 groups. Among them, vegetables, wheat, barley, millet, spelt, lentils, beans, cucumbers, onions, leeks, garlic, saltwort, pods of the carob tree, referred to as husks, and wild gourds. The corn referred to in the Bible was wheat, right? It says no meal was considered complete without bread. All right, so our people, or the Orientals, anybody living in the East, but talk about our people, the meal was never complete without bread, which is spiritual, because you got Yahweh Shah. He called himself the bread of life. The scriptures say, no man shall not live on bread alone. Okay, so Yahweh Shah called himself bread. Okay, the manna from heaven. All right, and that's Yahweh Shah is our complete meal, man. Okay, if you can receive it. All right, jumping down, it says spices used freely as flavors consisted of cumin or dill, mustard or mint. Salt also became an important item in the diet of these people. So what? Jake liked to season his food. What happens when you go into these Israelite homes? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You see a cabinet full of spices. Okay, the sazon, the adobo, the cayenne or the chili pepper. All right, the salt, the black ground pepper. All right, the Himalayan salt. Okay, the cumin. Mustard. You see all these different. You see a cabinet of flavorings in Jake's household. It says fruits grew in great it says fruits grew in great abundance in Palestine and consisted of grapes, figs, olives, mulberries, sycamore, pomegranates, oranges, lemons, melons, dates or dates, however you pronounce that, almonds and walnuts. Grapes were eaten as fresh food and dried as raisins. They were the chief source of the wines. Yeah, we drank wine, and back then the wine was good wine. Now with all these sulfites and whatever else Esau puts in here. Yahweh Shah drink wine. Yahweh Shah turned water into wine. Who the word calls Jesus Christ, he drank wine and he turned water into wine. It says the bulk of the meat came from sheep, lambs, kids, and fatted calves. Swine were eaten, but not by the Hebrews. And when I read that, I laughed, man. Okay, because we just got the Levitical law. We just got the Levitical law, man. Okay, so even back then, of course, pigs was eaten, of course, swine was eaten, but not by the Hebrews. All right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We wouldn't touch that shit because we knew better, because we were given the law. But these heathen, they weren't given the law. All right, that's why they're at liberty to eat all of these abominable beasts. Okay, it says swine were eaten, but not by the Hebrews. Some game such as the hart, gazelle, goat, antelope, and deer, as well as doves, turtle dove, and quail, formed part of the meat diet. It says some eggs were used for food. Okay, so we can eat dove. Yeah, it says doves, turtle dove, and quail. Yeah, so quail is lawful. All right. It says locusts and fish. The Hebrews used milk from cattle and goats for drinking. From this they made cheese and butter. All right, so we had cheese, we had butter back in the ancient world. It says food was cooked in a variety of ways over a fire made from charcoal. All right, so Jake was grilling back then as well, But that's that doesn't mean necessarily grilling, but like we used actual fire. We used actual fire ovens, all right, brick ovens, wood fired ovens and things of that nature, man. But now we got microwaves and these stoves. You got to use propane and kerosene. Okay. But it is what it is. But that was the point on that. I just wanted to do this little series. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about our meal customs back in the ancient world. Oh, I also failed to mention, ox is lawful, bison or buffalo is lawful. Okay, we can eat those as well. Those they chew the cud, they divide the hoof. Okay, they part the hoof. So those are lawful unto us as well, you know. But with that being said, hopefully Akim Wagwathian brothers and sisters was edified through the spirit. I'm gonna say call Allah La, Yahaba Shem Yahshua Bashem Wahawakak Wadash. Shalom.